How you doing, people? You guys already know what time it is. Trap House booming 24/7. And today we have a special guest today. We have Asso Rock African Market, and we have Mr. Obi here.
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is OBI PRO. I'm a partner in Asso Rock Market. Asso Rock started in 2019 in White House in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And now it has three locations in Midway and Arlington opening soon. And we opened the Houston own last year, July 2022, and Atlanta is coming soon.
Oh, that's cool. Atlanta's coming soon.
Yeah.
So, where is this from? This market? Like,
Originally from, the name Aso Rock is like where the president stays in Nigeria.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we call it the Aso Rock Villa.
Okay.
Yeah, so originally from Dallas, or started from Dallas, Texas, and now we're branching out to different cities in the U.S.
How did you guys come up with the name Asso Rock? Like you said, I know you said from the president?
Yes, it's like a White House kind of. That's Nigerian owned is Aso Rock, that's where the presidential villa is. Yes.
So it just gives you that rich name. You
Yes.
guys feel like,
Yes, it gives you that, that vibe that when you hear about the ASO, like I've heard that before, is the presidential villa. So that's why it looks this clean and nice with the green color. And the Nigerian flag is green, white, and green.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so,
Nah, it's definitely beautiful in here.
yes, sir, thank you.
Definitely. So what inspired you to start this business?
So it was started by Tubo, my partner in Dallas. Originally started with a restaurant, a sort of restaurant. And then from the restaurant, we branched to the market. And it's been going like that, franchising. It's like franchise right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means other people could buy
Invest.
and invest
Yes.
into this company.
Exactly. You can, whatever city that you at, you want us to come, but it still has to be the same type of scenario. Everything has to be look the same way, just like the way McDonald's. When you go to McDonald's, it has the same kind of format how they want the building to look like. That's the same way we want it to be.
And I applaud you guys for that because that's not an easy thing. One thing people have complaints, well, that I hear about complaints about black restaurants or black businesses in general is that they don't give good service or they don't like the way it looks. They don't like the way the workers are talking to the customers.
Customer
and stuff like
service.
That. Yeah, customer service. When I come in here, I don't feel that.
Right.
Like you just said, I feel like I am going into a HEB or I feel like I am going into a Kroger's.
Right.
It doesn't give me mediocre feeling.
That's the vibe, because the number one priority to us is customer service, making sure that our customers are really satisfied with, what we bring in, or the food, the groceries, and at the same time we have niche for, Spanish products and Caribbean products too. They are available too. So we just don't want to centralize it just for only Africans. So we make it affordable too, and we make sure that every other, the Spanish and the Caribbeans, they have the products available for them to shop to.
Most definitely. And I think that's a very important thing that we got to point out is that we accept all ethnicities to come into the market, right?
That's right.
All right, most definitely. Because when I came here the other day, I did see a Spanish lady in here eating food.
Right.
And I don't want to say it shocked me.
Right.
It didn't shock me, but it was just good to see.
That's right.
Like other people support what we got going on. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We'll make it, in a way that people from different ethnicity come in. We have, Americans that come, black, white, and, they love the jollof rice. And they want to try the egusi soup, So, and our chicken and snail and all that. We have, the food court over there.
Yes, sir.
Where they sell the food, and then where you can come around and eat and look at, the environment, nice, beautiful environment, and cozy, So, yeah.
And how did you pick this location on Westheimer?
Well, we've been looking for a location for a minute, and then we're lucky enough uh, running to the space that used to be like a seafood restaurant, and then we'll say, we know what, this is the right location because it's not too far from Highway 6, it's not too far from the Beltway. So, and people that live in the Katy, they can also have easy access.
Wow, that's crazy. So people from Katy come all the way to the market just to shop.
Yes, because it's just like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes away to Katy, so it's not that too far from there. You know?
How much work and effort do you say it is on a daily basis to put into this business?
It takes a lot of work. You know, you have to have a reliable staff that comes in and make sure that everywhere is nicely, you know, like what people reviews that we get, that it's very neat and clean. It doesn't smell like, you know, some African stores that you go to. You'll be hearing that smell once you come in. But here, that's why we have to make sure that we keep the cleanliness top notch, making sure that everywhere, you know, the environment is very nice and clean.
Yes,
So
sir.
the staff, you know, making sure that they come in on time, do what they need to do, prep the whole food, make sure that everything is good. So it entails a lot, but it's a team effort with the whole staff, making sure that everything we do it to make sure that our customers are satisfied.
Man, I'm glad you pointed out on that because that's very important right there. That's how you keep your business going.
That's right.
How important to you is circulating the dollar in the black community? See, I know we say we don't discriminate,
Right.
but when it comes to politics, in my mind, I feel like that's very important that we have to know that we have to support one another to be respected by other cultures first. That's how I feel. Other people may feel differently. How do you feel about that?
I mean, we've come a long way, you know. I give you instances like when, I moved to Houston and we didn't have enough African stores to buy groceries, food, but now we have a lot. You know, we have varieties. We have a lot of restaurants to go eat. You know, the black business is something that we have to keep supporting each other and keep pushing each other. Even when we're down, you lift the other one up.
Yes, sir.
You know, so that we all know, even the Mexican restaurants, when they came in over here and started doing their own restaurants and all that, it was, you know, the white folks that were going over there to eat. You know, some of them are even being owned by the white folks, but it's a Mexican restaurant.
Right.
So, and we go there to support them. You see black folks going over to the Mexican restaurant to eat. So that's the same way we have to be looking at the African businesses or black businesses rather. When, you know, we don't have to be dividing ourselves, fighting against each other,
Right.
who's better and who's, you know, African food still tastes good. You know, I remember some days back when I used to work in some factory, and they were like sometimes making fun on some Africans there, like, what are you guys eating when you bring out fufu? And they'll be like, oh, that shit smells and all that. But that is our food. And funny enough, fufu blew up on TikTok, the egusi soup.
You think TikTok made fufu popular?
I mean, the egusi soup.
I remember fufu has been popular for my whole life. Maybe it's because I'm African.
Yes, because you're African. But for Americans to understand the fufu dynamics, the social media, that's the power of social media.
Most definitely.
Everybody was looking for egusi soup, to
Right.
eat egusi soup with fufu, you know? So that's the thing, you know, black businesses have to keep striving hard, keep supporting each other, keep making sure that when we come out in full force.
Yeah.
And do things that will help each other businesses. And hey, If everybody have enough, nobody's gonna be fighting each other.
Right.
Once there's enough for everybody, because I believe there's enough
Yeah.
for everybody.
Abundance.
Yes,
God put everything in abundance for everybody.
exactly.
Most definitely. Saying that as well, like the rise of African businesses, just Africans, period, all over is so like you see it, you know. When I was going to school, like say middle school, elementary school, they used to show Africans on the screen and stuff like that, flies flying around their head and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to see the progression of Africans then and now is it's an amazing thing to me. Do you feel like African businesses and African American businesses there's a difference?
Yes, there's a difference because the way we grew up, the culture. There's the culture difference. You know, and you said something about on the TV back in the days, all that, because that's what the TV want to show you.
Right.
I'm glad that people are now, African Americans are now traveling to Africa to see for themselves because you can't project with what the TV tells you.
Right.
If you project with what the TV tells you, then you don't know what's going on. And I'm glad that this past Christmas, people were able to go to Ghana. All these rappers, even Charlemagne, was in Ghana.
Yeah.
And he said, I love it.
Yeah.
Meek Mill was in Ghana.
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper was in Ghana. So, and with the help of the Afrobeat music, it's giving us
Spotlight.
the spotlight
Yes,
to
sir.
be able to know that we can do this. So the businesses differs because we have a different way of how we operate. And to look at it now, most clubs that are being run in this Houston are being owned by Africans.
Yeah.
So just to let you know that we love entertainment too. It's not like because we're from Africa doesn't mean we don't like entertainment. It's in the blood. It's a black thing. It's not just because you're African or because you're African American.
Right.
All those is just a division that they're trying to bring in to make it look like this person is better than this person.
Yes.
We're all the same.
Because in Nigeria alone, there are several cultures in one country, right?
Several tribes.
Several tribes in one country.
More than 50 tribes.
And in that alone, they try to divide each other.
Exactly.
So that's just something that we have to deal with around the world. It's just not an American thing.
No, it's not. And another thing people don't know is that Nigeria has over 200 million people living like in this Texas. Nigeria is as big as Texas, right? So you can imagine having 200 million people living in Texas.
Right.
So Nigeria has the highest population of blacks in the world. People don't understand the magnitude of what Nigeria brings to the table. The largest population of blacks in the world, it's in Nigeria. So, but it's just like we have 36 states in Nigeria, right? It's just like knowing that 36 states in Texas only.
Right.
But U.S. have 50 states. So it makes it look like we have to make sure that we carry everybody along, every African that is here. And that's why we venture to open businesses and everybody comes. And we don't say, oh, it's only Nigerians that we know. Nigerians are even in Cameroon, where you from.
Yes, sir.
Regardless that we have the largest number, but we're everywhere in Africa. So it's a good thing. Once we all come together, we're stronger together.
Yes. Man, I'm glad you said a lot of those things because when I tell a lot of people I'm from Cameroon, it's as if like they don't even know where Cameroon is, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like we're the neighbor country to Nigeria. I just found out that we're Central Africa. We're not even West Africa.
No, we're okay. You guys are Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the border between Cameroon and Nigeria, some of that can be considered West Africa.
Yeah, I mean, in the geographical map, the Cameroon is considered in West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So they never consider them as in Central Africa. Or maybe some part is in Central Africa. You know, Nigeria and Cameroon share the same border. Likewise, Ghana and Senegal. You know, so and these are countries that if if it's all well put together, just the way Europe is, France, Netherlands, all that, nothing can beat us.
I'm glad you touched on that topic. What do you think is holding us back?
It's our leaders, that's all. The leaders
And
are the ones holding us back. Nothing else. They need to do more.
they need to do more.
Yeah.
I was just talking to my uncle about that, and I was asking him what's really the problem. Do you think the leaders are put in a position to where they're help they can't really do anything?
No, it's just that, you know, we need leaders that have visions, you know, and visions in the sense that you surround yourself too with people that can, you know, help your visions are being actualized. You know, so we don't want leaders that can't see where we're gonna be in the next 10 years. If America doesn't have people that are innovative and have, you know, foresight to see things that, let's prepare for this, it's gonna happen. A lot of people won't want to come over here because this is the only country that gives you that freedom to be who you want to be.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, our leaders in Africa needs to do more. I'm glad, like I said, that Ghana is at least stepping up to the game.
Yep. Giving people free citizenship.
Exactly. So making, you know, our brothers and sisters, you know, to go, African Americans to go and check it out. You know, South Africa is a nice place to be at. Even Kenya and Tanzania, they all look nice.
Yeah.
So just follow your roots. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, stop feeling like, I don't want to fuck with these Africans. You know, but those are your blood. You never know when is bringing you closer to them. There's a reason why it's bringing you closer because that's where your roots are from. So I feel like we still have a lot of work to do. Our leaders too, back in Africa, because in Nigeria we have a lot of resources. We have. Do you know just one state in Nigeria has more gas than Russia?
No, I didn't know that.
Gas. That Russia that is supplying the whole Europe gas. One state in Nigeria has more gas.
Man.
Billions of gas. So there's too much resources in Africa.
Right.
The white folks have utilized that with all the oil companies that they all came up with and milk all the oil and developed all here. And we're out here enjoying the lifestyle, you know, but not knowing that some of those money came from our side.
That's very much so.
You know, so, but we can't keep beating around the bush. We'll still just have to. That's why I give Akon, you know, some credit. Not some. I give him a lot of credit for what he's doing and trying to exposure that people to know that, you know, things are happening out here in Africa. We just need to give it a shot. You know.
So, the people, like, say for instance, Akon is giving like solar panels and stuff like that and putting light all over Africa, but he's using Chinese money to do it. And from what I've heard, the Chinese are gonna now own, like, there's this one airport that the Chinese lend money to an African country. The African country couldn't pay the airport off. So now all the money that airport is generating is going to China. So they win in the long run.
I mean, what can you do, bro?
Yeah.
If you need money, it's just like you borrow money from a bank.
Right.
You get a loan. I mean, you still got to pay the loan.
Yeah.
Until you pay it off. And, hey, if China trying to help out, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And so that's another thing. Do you feel like that's a form of helping, or do you feel like they know what they're doing in the long run? Because when they get all those benefits, are they gonna help Africa, or are they gonna help their own Chinese people?
I mean, their own Chinese people, how their country is doing well. I mean, like uh, China, like they say, superpower. Like I said, I've been to China.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been to China, and it's a very hostile country. You know, they they're not friendly.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not really friendly people. But I was there for business, and most things are being manufactured over there. So all those big companies, they have their factories out there. So my point is, and when I was headed back to the U.S., I asked one Chinese guy, Chinese American. I'm like, so if China is doing so well, like they're one of the superpowers, America is scared of China so big. Uh, why is still a lot of Chinese people trying to go to America?
Right.
You feel me? So because somebody asked me one time, oh, if Africa is so nice, why don't we all go back to Africa? So I asked him. I said, do you tell that to a Chinese guy, or do you tell that to an Arab guy? They're all coming over here, and you don't tell them that, but you're telling me that because we're black. So you feel like you don't need these Africans over here, but that's where your roots from. You black, you African too.
Yes, sir.
But you were born here. That's the only difference. But other than that, that's where your roots from. So I asked the guy, I said, if China is doing so well with all the money that they have, why are their people still leaving China to come to the U.S.?
Because what a lot of people don't know is their people are still under oppression as well.
That's
So,
the point.
man, that's crazy. You just brought that back to my mind. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Exactly.
People are under oppression in every country you go to
Yes, exactly.
by their own people.
Exactly. Everywhere. So why all the when you go to Russia, they say Russia has a lot of money, but they have a lot of Russians oligarchs that are everywhere in the U.S. here. I mean, why don't you guys stay over there?
Right.
So that's my point. People tell you, oh, you're from Africa, or trying to make you look like you don't belong here. You don't belong here too.
Right.
Go back to your own country. It's a simple fact. So, but we just have to, like I said, we just have to accommodate each other, have to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, this life, nobody owns this life.
At all.
Yeah, you just do what you can do and live your own life, and don't worry about the next person, what they're doing. Just do you, and
Right.
do me. Simple fact.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get back to the company.
Yeah, let's do that.
How would you describe the success of this company so far since you guys opened up?
Yeah, we're still on the process. It's not even a year yet, that we opened.
That's amazing.
So we're still pushing, striving harder, making sure that we're trying to reach all needs for everybody, what they need, their niche, because once a customer comes in, there's something they have in mind that they're looking for. Trying to make sure that even if we don't have it, we'll find out what exactly that you wanted and make sure we have it so that you don't drive all the way out here and you didn't get what you wanted. So our main goal is to making sure we have everything available, everything that any customer need, make sure that we have it available, and you can, always have it in the mind. And we do online shopping, online shop too. If you want to order food through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all that, and catering services too. We have it available. You just go on the AsurokMarketHouston.com and you order everything you want.
So you feel like the community has been supporting ever since the shop opened up?
Yes, the community have been supporting us, and we still have a lot to do for the community.
Oh, thank you. You just answered my question. So I wanted to say, what type of things do you guys provide back to the community?
Yeah, so we have stuff that we have lined up that we want to do, the community stuff that we want to do, like, Easter party for the kids, give some giveaways, uh, Easter eggs, stuff like that, party for the children, uh, parents too, Christmas packages, summer packages that we have that we want to do for families. And when you come in, you buy stuff, you get a discount with your loyalty program. You have to put in your number so that once you're buying, it's accumulating. So you'll be getting your points. Yeah, and once you're able to do it, just like the way you go to Walgreens or you go to CVS and you buy stuff, and they ask you your number, you put it and you say, oh, if it's $15 and then you're paying $9, oh, that's the best. That's part of it. So we do all that too, and we want to keep making sure that that we do more for the community. We have a soccer championship tournament that the Nigerian soccer teams they do. We sponsor that too.
Okay.
Aso Rock Market sponsors that.
That's good.
We'll go there, and when they have their championship, we'll go there. We'll provide free food for for the soccer players, and we intend to do more in the community and making sure that the community is appreciating what we do, and we appreciate for them coming over to do some shopping.
That's very important, man. Take care of the people that takes care of you.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. So what's unique about your store that stands out from any other market out here?
Any other store knows that Aso Rock is a unique and stylish store. When you come in, the ambience already, the color that shows you the green, doing it for the culture, the way everything is well arranged, the food section, the food court side where you come and eat is different. The vicinity is different. And on top of that, we're on Westheimer. Westheimer is the heart of Houston.
Yes, it is.
So we try to make sure that our customers, whenever they come over here, they're having a nice vibe of the place. We listen to our customers, make sure that we are always listening to what their needs. So yeah.
What type? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's different from every other store. Like if you're walking into other stores, it's not like the way our own vicinity is. You can see that. Yeah, it's something that you will be wondering, man, I wish every other African store is like this.
Most definitely.
That's what a lot of people tell me, man, I wish we can, I like this. Yeah, so we're like a pace setter. We set the pace and others follow. So that's what Aso Rock does. We set the pace, others follow.
Very, very, very impressed.
Yes.
Because I've been alive, I'm 28, and I've never seen any African store like this. So yeah, this is why I really wanted to do this interview with you guys.
Nice.
Most definitely. And what type of food do you guys serve? I see you got the food court over there.
Yes, we have the food court. We sell jollof rice, we sell coconut rice, fried rice, chicken, turkey, goat meat, fried goat meat, stewed goat meat. We have shawarma too, and we have the meat pies and puff puff, and we have the zobo. This is the Aso Rock drink, zobo. Have you had this before?
No, I haven't.
This is really good. You need to taste it.
Okay.
We have our own branded zobo juice, the small one and the big one too. Aso Rock zobo juice. And then we have our spices too. This one is the jollof rice spice, Aso Rock. And we have our chicken seasoning, Aso Rock. And this one is the seafood seasoning. So we have a couple of other products by Aso Rock.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Another question I have for you is, business is not easy.
It's not.
So when you're having a hard day, how do you pick yourself back up when you having a roadblock or something is just making it hard for you to keep going forward? How do you overcome that?
I mean, you just business. I've been doing business. I've been in business for a long time. I grew up in a hospitality environment. You know, my mom had a restaurant and a supermarket, so it's in the gene. It's not something, but you just have to have patience and keep making sure that your customers are satisfied. That is very, very important. Talking to your customers. Don't feel too big to talk to your customer. You might see a customer that walks in and walks out. You can approach that customer to see what exactly they need, because they're probably looking for something and they didn't see it, and because you talk to them, they might decide, oh, okay, you can change their mind to, you know, buy other stuff.
Right.
So it's very, very important to us, customer relationship, very, very important. So business-wise, you have to know how to handle your customer when you're stressed out with every other, because you know you don't know what that customer is going through. May probably had a hard day at work, or the children are stressing him out, family issue, relative issue. Business wise, sometimes we're all human beings, you know. Or once I'm stressed out, I just drive into my car and play music. I can just be on the freeway. By the time I drive 20 minutes, I'm back. Music is my therapy, so that's how I relieve my stress. I play music to relieve my stress.
Uh, what qualities are you looking for when you hire new employees?
When we hire, we're looking for dedication, focus, customer oriented, and making sure that are reliable. So all those four things are very important: dedication, reliability, focus on what you're doing, and very attitude. Attitude is very important too, because if you have a bad attitude, a customer will run away. So you have to make sure that your attitude is very nice. You approach the customers nicely when they're checking out, and just whatever issue that you have, just make sure that your attitude is nice. Good attitude.
Now that's very important. Those are success keys to life. Period.
Yes.
Most definitely. What advice do you have for other upcoming entrepreneurs?
Yeah, you know, entrepreneurship is not an easy thing. I know how many times Bill Gates tried and failed. Likewise, Jeff Bezos and all the big guys,
Yes, sir.
rich guys. We just have to keep striving. We've not gotten to where we want to be, but we keep pushing. So, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, you just have to believe in what you want to do and always do a research. Make sure you research, ask questions, so that you don't fall into the trap of you tried and you give up.
Right.
You know, and then you will be like, when you see other people that have the same vision that you had, you now turn to a hater and
Yeah.
be like, man, I wanted to do this, but it didn't work, and now you're hating another person that did it and successful in it. So I believe that everybody has a purpose. Every human being in this life have a gift that God gave them. You have a purpose of what you can be able to do. It's not everybody. Business is not for everybody. So that's why some people prefer to do the 9 to 5
Right.
and call it a day. So there's some people that have done the 9 to 5. It doesn't work for them, and they have to get into business to be their own boss. You know. So the goal as an entrepreneur is keep striving. Don't be scared to take the leap of faith. Have faith. Jump. I learned it from Steve Harvey. He said he saw how many times that he have tried and he failed. And he said he had a leap of faith to jump. Once you have that mind to jump. If you didn't even succeed, you try again and try again.
Right.
You know, unless your spirit tells you that you're done, you don't have the mind anymore to do it. You know, everybody, some businesses have opened and closed, but you just have to find out what made, that's why you have to do the research. Before you get into anything, you do a research to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. Because if you failure, it's a bad thing. You don't deserve to fail.
Right.
But if you fail, doesn't mean that you failed. You tried and you failed and you try and try again till you succeed. So it's like that. There's some musicians that have tried and tried, they didn't get it, but they keep trying and they finally succeeded.
Right.
So, and it also has to deal with luck too in life. Surround yourself with positive people. Don't surround yourself with people that don't have a good mindset. People that are always thinking, "Oh, why him? Why him?" Everybody has a gift. Like I say, you just have to discover your own gift.
Right.
Yeah, and that's it.
Most definitely. And one thing I did hear you say was it's in your genes. So that made me think about why. Sometimes I analyze myself like, why am I doing everything that I'm doing? Why do I love this stuff? Why do I love selling stuff? I love to sell. You give me anything, I'll sell. You give me pens, I'll make sure I triple the sale on that pen for the worth that I bought it for it.
Right.
I watched my grandmother sell Puff Puff in church. 4 Puff Puff for $1. I will never forget that.
Wow.
I watched my mom go to New York, go buy clothes in New York, come back to Maryland and sell them. So now I'm like, man, this is probably why I am the way I am, is because I've watched them. Who influenced you growing up?
I mean, my dad. My dad was because my dad was a contractor building gas stations, so he was never around. So what he did was just to open a restaurant for my mom and a supermarket. My mom started off with a supermarket and then we turned the supermarket to a restaurant. So, my dad kind of inspired me because he always makes me want to know that there's no food for a lazy man. You can't be where you at on top of the bed. You have to go get it. So you have to be a go-getter. So he kind of inspired me to making sure that I keep working hard, keep improvising. You have to keep improvising. You just don't relax and say everything is well. Everything is not well. Even the rich boys, the billionaires, they never rest. They're rich. They can decide to chill for the rest of their life, but they don't. They're still coming up with stuff.
Right.
People bringing ideas to them, So that's why I say, you surround yourself with positive minds.
Right.
Great minds think alike. Once you see negative people around, people that always, you just isolate yourself from that. So my inspiration came from my dad. He was a businessman and he was good at it. He was successful, and I try to emulate him and trying to be honest too. Say it how it is. There's nothing that's gonna change you
Right.
from being who you are. If you say it how it is, and if they don't like it, so be it. That's the truth. So yeah, that's who I got it from.
Yeah, that was something I struggled with growing up. Is just knowing how to keep positive people around you. Because sometimes you feel like you can change people. I mean, I feel like now you just have to throw something out there, and if they catch it, they catch it. If they don't catch it, you got to keep it moving because you can't let nobody stop you
Yes.
from your obstacles and your goals.
Because you got to be around people that are always thinking how we're going to make money. Not like how we're going to go to the club,
Right.
how we're going to talk to this girl, oh, let's go to girl. No. Girls going to put money in your pocket.
At all.
Yeah. So, you just got to be around people that are telling you how, let's try this, let's try that, let's do this, let's do that, real estate, let's try this business, let's try this, let's open something, let's sell, let's make something. You see how you're selling your products? That's how, you be around people that, the ones that will tell you, oh, there's this job that pays, people are selfish. Some people want to keep everything to themselves. But
Right.
hey, the job is not yours. So why are you keeping it to yourself? You're not the one paying. So why you want to keep it to yourself? I mean, You got this job, you don't want another person to have it. Why? So, but, when you have people around you that, hey, man, I got this job, man, try it, go check it out. Think you might, and you start, once your crew, everybody's okay making money, hey, there won't be no enemy. Everybody is making money, everybody's okay.
Right.
So that's how I look at it. Positivity. People that think the same way that you think, and you'll be fine.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure doing this interview with you, and I really do appreciate you because, like you just said about selfishness, you could have told me no. And not only because of selfishness, just because you just don't have the time or whatever. So I really do appreciate people who help me. I can't express my thankfulness enough, you know what I'm saying? Because I get turned down a lot. But that faith of just keep going, and hitting, that's just something I know God got for me somewhere out there, you know what I'm saying? So it means a lot to me. And this concludes our episode. Trap House Booming 24/7. Make sure y'all come to Also Rock. What's the address?
Also Rock Market, 13711 Westheimer Road, Suite A, Houston, Texas.
And remember, they have one in Dallas. They have one in Houston. Coming to Atlanta soon. Where's your other locations?
Yeah, so we have one in Whitehorse, Dallas. We have another one Midway, Dallas, and Arlington coming up. Then Houston, Atlanta coming soon.
Yes, sir. Trap House Booming 24/7, man. Make sure y'all come and stop by.
Yes, sir.
Gorillas in my uni, that's the way that we roll. She said she like the drip, she never seen it before. Mo gutter better know we got the game in control. The only way we moving if it is by the door.